Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the sample collection of urine. Urine sample is collected for various purpose. It is used in microbiology lab for culture and sensitivity. It is also used in pathology lab for routine studies of urine like physical examination and microscopic examination. Then it is used in biochemistry lab for various biochemical estimations like estimation of sugar or protein and many other um, parameters. In this video, I am going to tell you what are the different ways of collecting a urine sample. Urine being one of the most common sample is collected in different ways based on the requirement of the test. So here, as you can see in the picture, there is a container. This is a universal specimen container, which is also used for the collection of urine sample. So, if you are collecting a midstream urine sample, this container should be used. However, if you are collecting a 24 hours urine sample, definitely the volume of urine is going to be higher. So, in that case, bigger bottles should be used. The bottles can be provided by the laboratory to the patient. Now coming to the types of urine collection, there are major four types of urine collection. Midstream urine collection, 24 hours urine sample, suprapubic aspiration and catheter sample. These are the four major types of urine collection. Now we will talk about them one by one. So first and the most common one in microbiology especially is the midstream urine sample. So midstream urine sample, from the name only we can see that it is the urine that is collected from the middle part of urine. So when you void urine, the first part of urine is not collected, and in between from the stream it is collected. So let us see how you instruct the patient to collect a midstream urine sample. First of all, you must wash your hands thoroughly, because if your hands are dirty, it can contaminate the sample and you may get varied results, or the results will not be correct. So your hands should be clean, and you have to keep the container ready. You have to remove the lid of the container, and make sure you don't touch the inside of the container, otherwise again you'll have a contaminated sample which will be of no value. After that, women are advised to keep their legs apart and hold the folds of their genital area, and then start voiding the urine. However, in men, they must retract the foreskin of the penis, and then they should void the urine. So once they start voiding, they should not immediately void inside the container. First, the urine should be discarded or should be voided in the pot, and then the middle stream should be collected in the sample container. Now, when you collect the midstream urine, the reason why we don't use or we take the first part of the urine is because it is contaminated. You know that the genital area, especially the urethra, has many normal bacteria. So if those bacteria are collected along with the sample, they may give you a false result. It is always advised to flush out those bacteria by the first part of the urine, and then the middle stream of the urine is collected. Once the urine sample is collected, desired amount of urine sample for midstream is, you must fill half of the container. Now, after you collect it, you must keep the lid and close it tightly. You must also wash your hands completely, and then in the container, the patient must label it with the name of patient and ID. Suppose if the patient themselves are not able to label it, then they must go to the lab, and as they give the sample, they must make sure that the reception and the person who is in the reception is labeling it. Also, it is better to practice, like when you are handling the sample to the patient, when you are handling the container to the patient for collection of urine sample, it should be pre-labeled, so that there is no mistake created or by the patient while filling up or while labeling the sample container. Next is 24 hours urine sample collection. So, 24 hours urine sample collection is the collection of urine sample for 24 hours continuously. So, definitely the volume of the urine collected in 24 hours collection is higher, and as you can see, there is two things that you have to keep in mind in 24-hour sample. First is the start time and the finish time. So I'll tell you what is start time and what is finish time. Start time, suppose you are going to collect a 24-hour urine sample. So you get up in the morning, and the first urine of the day, that is discarded or that is voided in the pot, that is not collected. And after that, you collect from the second urine of the day, you collect it, and then you that is the start time. So from second urine you start collecting, and thereafter, whenever you urinate, the sample is collected in the container, and that sample will be continuously collected. And next morning when you get up, the first urine of the following morning will be collected, and that is the finish time. That is when you should stop. That's when the 24 hours is completed. So the start time is the second urine of the day, and the finish time is the first urine of the following day. So that constitutes your 24 hours sample. Now, like in midstream urine also, I said that labeling of the container is very important, so it should be well labeled. And most important thing is the urine should reach the laboratory as soon as possible, because urine may contain certain organisms which may which may be the pathogens, and those pathogens can multiply if it is delayed. So it is always suggested that the urine should reach the lab as soon as possible for processing. Next is the collection of catheter specimen of urine. So it is another very good method of collection of urine, but it is only practiced in people who are already catheterized. So you are not able to collect a midstream urine from them because they are catheterized. So if you want to test their urine sample, so this is how it is collected. So if you can see this picture, it's a very self-explanatory picture of sample collection from a urinary catheter. So here you can see in the first picture, you can see there is a sample port. So this sample port is present in the tubing of the urine catheter. So what you do is, below the sample port, if you see this tube which comes down to the bag, you have to clamp the tube. Once you clamp it, the urine is collected here in the sample port. Now, before you collect using a alcohol or spirit swab, you must clean the sample port so that you don't infect the patient or you don't contaminate the sample. So it is always a better option to clean the sample port before you collect the sample. And then you take a syringe without the needle, and then you aspirate the urine sample. Here they are putting the urine sample in a container and labeling it with the patient's name and ID. So this is how catheter specimen is collected. So I'll quickly repeat once again. So you have a sample port in the urinary catheter. Clamp the tubing from below the sample port. Clean the area of the sample port opening. Then aspirate using a syringe. Put the urine in a container, label it, and that's how the catheter sample is collected. Next is suprapubic aspiration. Suprapubic aspiration is not a very common method of urine collection. It is used in neonates. In case of neonates, getting a sterile urine sample or proper urine sample is very difficult by midstream method, because you cannot direct instruct them to collect it properly. So it is always preferred in those cases to directly aspirate the urine from the bladder. So here you can see there is a syringe, and from the suprapubic region they have reached to the bladder, and they are directly collecting the urine. This is one of the best urine samples that can be collected, because it has no chance of getting contaminated by the normal flora of the genital area. So this and catheter sample gives very good samples, because these samples are directly coming from the bladder. But again, these are only for the for the situations where you cannot get a proper sample. So suprapubic is only confined for neonates, and for catheterized patient only we collect the catheter sample. So this was the four methods of collection of urine. So I'll quickly summarize. So we have midstream urine collection, wherein the first part of urine is discarded and the middle part is collected. 24 hours sample, where you collect the urine for 24 hours. Uh, if you get up in the morning, the first sample is discarded. From the second urine sample you collect, and thereafter you collect it for the whole day and night, and next day morning you collect the first sample. That whole will constitute a 24-hour sample. Then suprapubic aspiration, which is done for neonates, wherein urine is directly aspirated from the bladder, and then comes the catheter sample. So if the patient is catheterized and you cannot get a midstream urine sample, you can directly aspirate the sample from the catheter sample port. So this was about your urine collection. I hope you understood, and you can go back, read your books. Thank you.